in recognizing that not only is she a great leader and role model up here on the Board of Supervisors, but Supervisor Spiegel happens to be a woman. And I didn't expect to get that much laughter out of that. And I asked her to lead us, but we do this collectively as a board, but to lead us in this effort to honor women in this month of history about women. And then we're going to honor in each of our districts someone who is very special, and we'll do that by district. So, board, I ask you to please join Supervisor Spiegel out front.
Well, 3 years ago, I brought this to the board, wanting to recognize on behalf of International Women's Day and International Women's History Month. International Women's Day is March 8th. It actually began in the early 1900s, so it's been around for quite a long time. And the theme this year is Inspire Inclusion. And I think that's really relevant when we talk about now. I do want to say, how many of you thought, was there an International Men's Day? Anybody think about that? Who said that? Good for you. Now, it began in 1992. So November 19th is National Men's Day, International Men's Day. See? And their theme this year is positive male role models. Certainly, at a time we need that. So hopefully, we'll do that again this year, or begin it this year. Because we started the women's 3 years ago, so this is our third presentation. And it was founded in the Women's Week. History Week was founded in 1978 to implement the women's history and education curriculum, and 10 years later, Congress proclaimed the month of March as Women's History Month to celebrate the economic, political, and social contributions of women. We created this award here, we call it Women's Inspiration, to honor women who have made efforts in inspiring change throughout Riverside County. And I'm really excited that we have this opportunity to honor. I don't know about the other districts, but we had 21 nominations from my district. I was impressed. So with that, I will never be number one. We're going to go in order of the districts. So we're going to start with District 1. Because our chair says he wants it in numeric order. It's easier. It's easier in order. And then when we do this, we're going to have you come up and present. We'll take a picture and then have the awardees to stand off to the side. Then we're going to group picture of everybody.
Okay, so we're going to do individual supervisor.
Well, we're up here, right.
And then we'll do
a group picture. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I was going to start.
Mine is here somewhere. Okay. So I'm not going to say the name right off the bat. I want you all to kind of hear what they've done. And I'm not going to read the 20 whereases. That's a bit much. This individual has more than 18 years of professional experience and expertise in government administration, primarily within Department of Housing and Workforce Solutions, has served on various boards and committees, including the Neighborhood Housing Services of the Inland Empire, Riverside County Continuum of Care Board of Governance, Riverside County Continuum of Care Boulder Springs, and the Boulder Springs HOA, Homeowners Association. That alone deserves an award. Has been a resident of Meade Valley for over 20 years. She graduated from Cal State University, Dominguez Hills, double majoring in communications and sociology, and got her master's degree in leadership and management with a minor in human resources from the University of Laverne. I feel terribly inadequate at this point. has been part of the Meade Valley Municipal Advisory Council since 2016, serving the positions of secretary and co-chairperson and chairperson, and serves as a First District appointee to the Riverside County Office of Aging since July 2023. So with that, I would like to have my nominee, my award person, Sterling Sims, to please come up here and join me. It is always an incredible pleasure to work with you out in the field and get things done, because you have so much energy in what you do and dedication to the community. So do you want her to say anything now, or just, or wait? Go ahead, say a few inspiring words.
Okay, can I read my
20
for you?
pages?
Yes, my 20 pages. Um, I'm deeply honored to receive this award today, and I really appreciate everyone coming out today and being here to support me. Thank you so much, Supervisor Jeffries.
Sure.
And also to your staff, Hashish Winstead.
Yeah.
We always say Hashu. We can't get it
We all work for her, by the way.
And she is so amazing as well, and I appreciate that. And, you know, it's been said that the heart of a volunteer is not measured in size, but by the depth of the commitment to make a difference in the lives of others. And I strive to be that person to embody that. I do want to say thank you to the staff of HWS, especially Heidi Marshall and Tanya Torno, who have been so supportive to me as well. And I'd like to also thank my mentor, and Amy Harrison, who has always provided me with so much support, caring, love, and I really appreciate you. So thank you for inspiring me. And also my family and my friends and colleagues. You guys are all amazing, so thank you. And thank you for being here today.
Very good, thank you.
Now, my honoree, I have to say, the application does not have an age, which we shouldn't. We shouldn't be judged by our age, but our contributions. So when I found out how young my nominee was, I was like, wow. Fortunately, we had a committee who goes through and did all the reviewing and did their choices. And this young lady recognized the rich diversity of culture through her city, Eastvale. She is only 25 years old. Her contributions make her a great role model to all who aspire to make their communities better. She is the first American-born director of the Eastvale Chinese American Association Library, where she mentors youth and manages all events within that program. She works with the ECAA to spread awareness about Chinese culture and traditions. This often comes from volunteering much more of her time hosting events that celebrate and educate her culture. I first met her and didn't realize she was the nominee at the Lantern Festival in Eastvale, try to say that, last month. And she just came up and told me, remember we met last month? I was like, oh, I had no idea. She got me, she had some great things in the booth that she was working with some youngsters. It was really a fun booth. Her impact has also extended globally through participation in the Project-Based Learning International Competition by the National Taipei University of Technology in Taiwan. Representing Team America, her group secured an impressive 4th place among participants from the United States, Taiwan, Japan, Thailand, and Vietnam. She presented her research for the Joint Conference on Global Health in 2023, held in Japan, at the 8th International Society of Clinical Medicine and Academic Conference. The list goes on these types of things that she has done. She has truly demonstrated her commitment to her community and make an impact on the world around us. From her participation in the local performing arts with the Polar Performing Arts Academy, teaching, and her involvement on the Riverside overdose data to Action Organization, is it the RODA? It's easier, I have to spell it out because we all get into the acronyms. And she has committed to creating a better community through her efforts. So Michelle, can you come on up? You want to say a couple words?
Sure. Thank you all so much for being here today, especially my family supporting me and those watching online. Certainly could have done this without any of your guys' help. All the ECA events I do, I always drag my friends and force them to do them with me. So this is an award for all of us, not just me. Thank you so much, Supervisor Spiel, for this opportunity. I'm very grateful to be here. Thank you all so much.
Thank you. Great.
I'm not going to keep you in suspense as to who I'm awarding my presentation to. Raven, would you like to come up and join me? I have a few things to say, but I'm not going to go through all the whereases. Raven Hilden is the founder and CEO of MilVet, a nonprofit organization dedicated to supporting deployed troops, veterans, and their families. Under Raven's leadership, MilVet, Military and Veteran Support Services, currently supports thousands of deployed troops all over the world and veterans every month. In her free time, Raven took on the task of collecting a compilation of stories from 30 local veterans and published them in a book titled A Veteran's Story, Courage and Honor, which would later become a national bestseller. Raven mentors, encourages, and uplifts both men and women alike. She is described as a great resource for individuals to learn how to operate a nonprofit, become a valuable member of their community, and develop a servant's heart. She currently serves on numerous veteran committees and is a member of the Global Society for Female Entrepreneurs and the Professional Women's Roundtable. Raven's passion for helping others shows in the difference she continues to make within the community. Her leadership has paved the way for MilVet's success and has built it up to the extraordinary service organization that it is today, all based on volunteer work. She has a number of folks here that are part of her team. They're here to root her on. And just as a little side note, you and I have known each other for a long time, probably at least 20 years, something like that, when you were like 12. And Raven was, I'd say, associated with a neighbor of mine. And they had approached me. This was back when I was on the Temecula City Council. They had approached me about establishing some sort of nonprofit. That particular approach didn't work, but what you have found is working tremendously, and she's having a great impact in all of Southwest Riverside County, and I'm so proud of you, honored to call you my friend, and just love the work you're doing, all the volunteers that help, and you're making a difference. I tell her, I know the feeling when these troops get these boxes that they prepare, because when I served in the Navy back in the 80s, that was all we had. There was no internet yet. There was no email or Skype or FaceTime. And so that box, when it arrives with cookies and letters and pictures, meant the world to us on those long deployments. And I know for many of these troops, they don't actually have families that can send those things, and you're filling that gap for them and probably helping them realize that they are valued and that their service is appreciated. So thank you very much.
This is such an incredible honor, especially coming from Supervisor Washington, who has dedicated his life to service through the military, city, county, and even today. So thank you very much. And I feel so blessed to be a part of this community that affords us so many options to get involved and make a positive difference. I want to thank my husband, my family, and my friends for always believing in me and putting up with some of my crazy ideas and projects and things that I do. Those who nominated me, Joe, I think you were one, so thank you, and he's here today. And to my team at Milvet, we have the most incredible team of volunteers that donate their time, their talents, and they never ask for anything in return. And for that, I am entirely grateful. And to all of the women strong women who inspire me to reach higher and dream bigger and strive for greatness. Thank you. I'm just incredibly honored, so thank you so much.
Good check. Okay, moving on to the 4th district. Let me go ahead and start off by stating this here real quick. A leader and a role model of inspiration and achievement. That's what I think of when I think of Jan Pai. Now, we have a lot of folks in our lives as we grow up, from childhood to adulthood, that inspire us, that motivate us, that give us purpose, that show us a way. I can date that back to my grandmothers, to my teacher, Miss Cheryl from 3rd grade, to my mother, my wife, my professor at Harvard, Aileen de los Reyes. And we come across folks throughout our lives, depending on our trajectory. And I'm very proud of the fact that 15 years ago, I came across this wonderful woman who deserves this by far. When I first met her at Desert Hot Springs, at a restaurant or a Starbucks, and once again, that is Jan Pai. I got a few things I'm going to state out loud, okay, Jan? Jan moved to the city of Desert Hot Springs in 1998 to pursue a better education for her 8-year-old daughter. And the community was very welcoming and helped raise her. And I remember that conversation. I remember you talking about your daughter and about how tough it was in LA. You wanted her to have a better education. You wanted her to be free from drugs and gangs and issues that obviously as a mother or a father would always think about their kids. She says that Desert Hot Springs allowed Jan to feel the words of Martin Luther King Jr., where she and her child were able to walk as equals to others. And I think that's the reason why I love DHS so much. I think DHS and Coachella have a lot of similarities. Working class towns. Jan, currently serving as the mayor pro tem for the city of Desert Hot Springs, was first appointed to the city council in 1999 and courageously made the tough decisions to help the city avoid bankruptcy and get back on sound and stable financial ground. She has a bachelor's degree in business development and a master's degree in financial management. Now, she's done quite a bit when it comes to community service. Besides raising her wonderful daughter, she is a member of Desert Hot Springs Women's Club, Springs Elks Lodge number 2639, the Senior Center Advisory Committee, and the Historical Society. As well, she is in community organizations such as the Language and Cultural Center Board, the Desert Hot Springs Advisory Committee, the Coachella Valley Association of Governments Homelessness Committee, chair of the ad hoc DHS Homelessness Committee with resource agencies and community members attentive to the call for compassion. She helps mentor youth of all ages through Rotary and through the Ophelia Project. And she's also on the RAP Foundation, the Regional Access Project Foundation boards since 1999, and has served chair twice. She was appointed to the Palm Springs Cemetery District Board in 2004 and has been its chair since December 2006. The district continually is awarded District of Distinction by the Special District Leadership Foundation. Now, all these efforts obviously come from your heart. They come from your soul. And that's the reason why you're up here, Jen. Because we love you back home. I certainly do. I'll give this to you if you don't mind. And you mean a lot to me and to a lot of these folks right here, especially folks from the Coachella Valley, the 4th District, and especially folks from Desert Hot Springs. So Jen, felicidades. Congratulations.
I'm not supposed to be crying. When Margarita called me, I'm going to dance.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold out for you.
When she called me, I walked up and down my house, and it reminded me of my grandmother and how she used to dance in Baptist congregations. And so did I. I think my colleagues on the council, Gary Gardner, Roger Nunez, he works for the county, he had to leave. Our Honorable Mayor, Scott Mattis, Frank Lutino, and all of the staff, and a fellow board member, Regional Access Project, Tori St. John. And I thank you as my silent mentor that you acknowledge me by what you do, walking your talk.
Thank you, Jen.
Thank you.
Let's take a photo, okay?
Well, I want to thank everyone for being here, and thank you to Supervisor Spiegel for explaining, the history, of Woman of the Year. And I didn't know about the International Men of the Year, so that's interesting. But I did want to say, when I thought of the nominations, when we actually received a lot of nominations as well, and we have a committee that reviewed them, and it was a very difficult selection to make. But I looked back at the theme of Woman of the Year for this year, and it was to inspire and also inclusion. And that made my decision a lot easier to do. So with that, I'd like to welcome Cindy Lemke as the Woman of the Year for the 5th District. So Cindy, I gotta say, you know, when you think of transformational leadership, and you probably also heard of transactional leadership, but transformational leadership is really where you inspire others to lead. And I really truly see that in Cindy. In fact, she is right now the executive director of the Hemet San Jacinto Chamber, and she truly puts on so many events for the community out there. I've had the opportunity to visit, you know, different chambers, and I do get to see, you know, how organized you are, and how not only that, but just her care, the care that she has for the event and for the people out there in the community. Just to read a little bit about Cindy and why we chose her for the 5th District. Um, Cindy has a lot of history actually in the Hemet San Jacinto area. She attended Hemet High School and furthered her education at Mount San Jacinto Community College. She also realized her passion was to truly help community members, and that's what you see her do each and every day. Cindy brings this leadership and strategy to the chamber, which under her supervision has seen a significant surge in business memberships to the valley. With her help, new and old businesses are also working toward the common goal of community service and close-knit value in District 5. This is one of the reasons why we have selected her. We have actually a project called Employer Connect in the 5th District. And this is a program that Cindy's going to lead in the Hemet San Jacinto area, but also throughout the 5th District, where they're going to subsidize wages for residents in the 5th District for 3 months. And so it's a very unique project, and I'm so excited that she's going to do that. She devotes her time as a partner in various organizations that align with her values. She's involved in numerous nonprofits, for example, Caravan. This is the organization that helps with transportation for seniors. The John R. Williams Scholarship Committee, the Hemet San Jacinto Transportation Now Committee, which she was chair last year, and the Hemet San Jacinto Student of the Month ceremonies. Moreover, she also spends time dedicating herself to local businesses, volunteering in public events, and taking the lead on strategic guidance and operations. And, not to mention, she is also the chair of the Riverside County Trauma Intervention Program, where she is placed at the forefront of providing critical service to all who need emotional and practical support in the aftermaths of traumatic events. So it was, like I mentioned, a difficult decision because there were a lot of nominations. But when you look at that theme, to inspire and to include those most vulnerable populations, Cindy, it was an easy decision to make. Cindy, again, has that leadership. She has that inclusive leadership, and she has the inspirational leadership in the 5th District. And we're thrilled from the 5th District to have you on board, because you're able to really support so many businesses, not only in the Hemet San Jacinto area, but also throughout the 5th District. So with that, we'd like to present to you the 2024 Woman of the Year for the 5th District.
I believe it or not, I'm actually not really good on the fly with a mic, but I am so humbled. You know, it's so funny. All I want to say is I'm not worthy, especially hearing the stories and everything and knowing how wonderful you all are. And we have some amazing leadership in Riverside County, and I'm just honored to be a part of it. And Jacob, great job in connecting me. Supervisor, you're amazing in what you're doing, and you are the inspiration of inclusion for District 5, and it's an easy partnership to serve you and to work with you, and I think all the leadership, you have all been amazing for this county and the strives that have been achieved, so I'm just honored to be a part of it. Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna come down here and get a group shot, and we'll have all the women down all the way down on the floor, and then the supervisor would stand behind you.